What is going on, everybody? Welcome to this special live edition with Chasin McGrath. I have got my man, Tevin TDT, that damn talented Turner. How you
Yes,
doing tonight,
sir.
man?
Yes, sir. How you doing, man?
Good, man. I'm really excited about this interview. I just got into the independent wrestling scene here, I guess about 8 months ago, and I've been a fan of yours, man.
I appreciate it, man.
Yeah.
So,
So let's go ahead and talk about the gold, man. Let's go ahead and get into the Firestar Championship, man.
talking about this goal right here.
Oh,
Oh, this one.
oh, yeah, that's the one
Yeah,
I'm talking about right there.
I keep that thing on me, man.
Yeah. So let's talk about that journey, man. How did that come about?
Oh man, that was a long journey. Path to Glory tournament. It was a clown, dude. To be honest, I felt like I was on that same road before COVID hit. Like I said, I know you said you just started following. So about 2 years ago, October 4th, I actually was the Southeastern champion as my very first title defense against Kent Wolf. Actually separated my clavicle from my shoulder that same match. Man, was out for about 5 months. Came back in February, had one match, turned heel, and then had my first heel match after that. And then COVID hit, shut everything down. So went all the way back down that ladder. When Firestar started back up, man, just started climbing the ranks back from there. Got instant into the Path to Glory tournament. I faced White Mike. I faced Bojack. I faced TJ Moss and LeBron Cozone. Here I am. Here I
And
am.
speaking of Firestar, there was a little while there where they didn't have a home at all. They had actually gotten evicted. So I imagine that kind of, put a monkey wrench into things as well.
Most definitely. Most definitely. But I mean, honestly, it was also a good thing for a lot of different people, not just myself, but I feel like a lot of people got to venture out and finally get, test the waters and different promotions. And definitely for myself, I found a lot of good in it. And I mean, hey, look at the building now. I mean, you've seen it. I think everybody loved Medley Street for what it was, and the just the atmosphere itself, what we started. But then you look at the new building, and I mean, it has a lot of promise. It really does.
Yeah, we went to our first Firestar show. It was Halloween night, just last month,
Oh,
and
really?
just walking into the building, it's kind of an unconventional setup, but at the same time, it just has like this really just like electric atmosphere to it.
The setup is dope. I'm not sure. So you said your first one was the Halloween show.
Yeah, the
Oh,
first
so
one,
you
yeah,
see
that
you
was the
see
first
some
one I went to.
craziness.
Yeah, that was wild, man, from start to finish, because that was obviously, Big Shotty Lee Johnson was there, and that was Malachi and Jackson Drake, which that had been
Poured up.
brewing for a while.
Oh yeah, it ain't over. It ain't over, man. As far after that, it's far from over, man.
And just to kind of piggyback off that a little bit, we went to the Firestar show, not last weekend, but the weekend before. You were actually on the same card as the freshly all elite Jay Lethal. What was that
Yes,
like?
man. Honestly, if I can be a fanboy for a second, I mean, just honestly watching him as a younger guy, actually being in the same locker room with him is crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like just seeing him and just seeing how he operates, man, he's so smooth. Actually, we had a seminar with him, probably like about a week or two. No, I'll say about 3 weeks prior to that, and just being in there sharing the same ring with him and just his knowledge for the game, and he's so crisp and clean with everything he does. And I mean, he honestly taught the basics, but it's like he taught us how to do everything 30 different ways. And I mean,
Real.
like I said, just seeing what him and Kozon did was just, man, I'm like, man, I got to be on the same card. Like, I have to be in the match before this. Like, how do I set that bar that high that, it was something else. And I actually feel like we did our thing, but it's Jay Lethal, man. Ain't nothing you can do about that.
Yeah, because I mean, obviously, you guys, you're sharing a locker room with him. You're on the same card with him, and you can't. I mean, you can't really fanboy out or anything like that.
Not at all, man.
Yeah, I just, me personally, I feel like I don't know that I have that compartmentalization to be like, we're here to, we're here to work. We're here to, give the crowd what they want. We're here to put on a good show. We're not here to fanboy over celebrity. So I can imagine that's a little bit kind of tough in itself, to be like, dang, that's Jay Lethal right there.
Exactly. And my thing was, what I had to do was just focus on what I had coming, because I knew my match. I feel like I had a point to prove, just in general, not just because Jay Lethal was there, but just in general. So I was like, after I'm done, I'll make sure I go watch this match, and I can be a fanboy from this side. You know what I'm saying? So it all worked out, man. Most definitely.
That same night, I will say you helped your boy Duke Connor pick up a championship.
Hey, man. Hey, I guess so. I mean, I just walked out, you know what I'm saying? And all the time you gotta stay focused, man. He wasn't focused enough, and things happen. That's on him.
You're in the ring. What's going on outside of the ring shouldn't really matter. It can't take
exactly, man. I'm telling you, that bell rings, I'm on. I mean, whoever I'm in there with, that's what I'm on. I'm not focused on nothing else, man. I can come out with Benny all day, that's my boy, but at the same time, man, I got to focus on this person because you don't know who's capable of what. All it takes is just, you know what I'm saying, to get caught. And I wasn't going to get caught. Jamal the Titan got caught. That was on him, man.
Yeah, and I mean, what can you do at that point, And
oh yeah.
I mean, you and Duke seem to be, gold collectors. So,
hey man, y'all might be in for a treat. That's all I can tell you, man. Just stay tuned. Y'all might be in for something serious. I mean, hey, when you got the Firestar Heavyweight Champion and you got the Southeastern Champion kind of running things, you got to think about it. We're not locked down to any show, so we can show up anywhere. You know what I'm saying? So.
Yeah, because you can go to any promotion and take any belt.
Oh yeah,
looks like that. Speaking of other promotions, I've seen you a few times at the HCWA Heritage Championship Wrestling Alliance.
Yeah,
and there seems to be some deep rooted stuff, going on there.
Oh, most definitely. Shout out to Robert Stanley, man. That's like my uncle, man. Honestly, I got mad love for him and the promotion itself. That's where I actually Firestar will be where I started. I'll be my home always, but HCWA is where I found who TDT was. I was able to go out there and craft myself, just go outside of my element, being in Gate City and actually, dealing with a lot of different competitors. And I mean, they're talented people. It sounds people everywhere, but it's like being out there is just different. The atmosphere is different. I always get a live reaction when I'm out there. And it's just like, hey. Sorry. But yeah, just when I'm out there, man, I'm just able to just find myself. And that's what I did, just going out there and just try. I would call, hey, Robert, you need anybody? Just come on out. Like, I'll find you something. Just come on out. And I mean, he always did. He always did. And I always appreciate it, man. I always have love for Robert Stanley. Always.
That's what I like to hear. Yeah, we the ALW, they've got some renovation going on and stuff like that. So we started going to HCWA, and we really like it there. And a lot of the guys from the ALW go there and do their thing. And I think it was like maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago or whatever when we seen you there for the first time, and me and my wife both popped when you came out.
Yeah, man, I pop up anywhere, man. I just love wrestling.
That's what it's all about, though.
People are so picky, man, and I hate it because in reality, it looks bad on people because there's a ring there. There's good people here. There's good vibes here. Why not be a part of it? I can't speak for everybody, but I've never had a bad experience out there. I've wrestled out there for years. Never had a bad experience. I've always been treated like family, no matter how far. Like, when I got hurt, when I came back, they treat me like family. It's always been like that. Like, it's a family-oriented place. It always has been and always will be.
And I just from the interviews I've done in the past and stuff, that seems to be kind of what it's all about, nobody's contracted by anybody. Nobody's tied down to one organization. So it's just a bunch of people trying to work and at the same time letting, somebody else eat every now and then kind of a thing.
Oh yeah. And I mean, you got so many hungry people out here on the indies, man. I'm not just talking about everybody that you just seen get released from WWE or, everything that's going on Ring of Honor. I'm talking about homegrown talent. I'm talking about James Ryan, OMG James Ryan. I'm talking about Timmy Lou, you know what I'm saying? White Mike, TGA, Alexander Moss, Sadie Lee Moss, Jamal the Titan, Duke O'Connor. Like, these guys and ladies have, like, put in the work from day one. And it's showing. I mean, if you actually look at all of these cards and all these different promotions that everybody shares every day on Facebook, you see a little bit of Firestar everywhere. You see a little bit of AML everywhere. You see ALW everywhere. We're just out there because we're out there grinding. We're out there again. And I tell people all the time, COVID didn't slow down anything. It didn't to me. Like I said, I found myself and who I was and what I was capable of. And I mean, if I'm being 100% honest, bro, before COVID hit, I had very high hopes of just retiring. Like, I'm serious, just because I honestly felt like I wasn't getting anywhere with it. And then I had to, like, really just sit down with myself and just have conversations like, I've been wanting to do this my whole life. So it's like, right now, do I just give up or do I strap in for this ride because I know I'm capable of doing it and go get it? And as soon as the ball started rolling, like, man, this year has honestly been my best year for my career, just because I actually took the time to focus and didn't let COVID slow anything down. Because I feel like, as sports entertainment, we do this for the fans, and their gratitude and everything they give back, like, it keeps us going. And what it did to me, COVID, honestly, I feel like it put a spotlight on wrestling. A lot of sports, thrive, but like on wrestling itself, like, you really seen how good hearted people are. And you actually seen how, I mean, some people fell off, but I mean, I think it was way more good than it was bad, honestly.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you, and it definitely seems that independent wrestling is doing exactly what you said. It's kind of taking off. It's getting a little more in the spotlight, and more people are turning towards it, and they're embracing it. And I think that's a wonderful thing because in a little of the same respect, it's kind of like musicians. If you guys can't wrestle, then that puts a big damper on things. So the fact that you guys can wrestle and you're wrestling in front of large crowds after like one of the United States biggest pandemic, I think that says a lot.
Yeah, most definitely. I totally
And,
agree.
and it's so fun to show up and just see how everything has kind of evolved, even in the just the last year of wrestling. Some promotions they were running as long as you showed up and wore a mask, then you were good, and some of them decided not to run. And so I love where independent wrestling is going. I really do, and I love the way it's going. And
it's only better, man. And like I said, when you look at younger guys, I'm 28 years old. I wish that I took the time to buckle down like Jack and Malachi did. They're young, but they're super promising. You know what I'm saying? Like, just I'm proud of them, and I'm excited for them because I know for a fact, like, when you look at wrestling, they are wrestling. It's not just about the flips and the gimmicks. Like, they care. They're gonna be amazing, man. They're already amazing. But just wait. Just wait. I'm telling you.
yeah, the very first independent show we went to, I guess it was back in like April. Malachi wrestled in the main event, and it had been probably well over 10 years before I'd been to a wrestling event, and I was like, I was just blown away. I was like, my God, this kid's putting every inch of his body on the line.
All the time, man.
And speaking of putting your entire body on the line, you have got probably the nastiest frog splash I've ever seen in my life.
Man, speaking of which, I gotta tell this story, man. So Wrestle K was this past weekend, right?
Yep.
brother. I had my own table out there. I'm selling gimmicks. My wife was like, "Hey, like, I'll watch the table. Just go run around." I'm like, "Nah, I just want to stay here and just interact with the fans." She said, "Listen, you're still a fan too."
Yeah.
I said, "All right." I roamed around. I shook hands, talked to a lot of guys. Man, you had star after star, like people that I grew up watching there. So I'm just like, Jesus, like I'm trying to keep it together. And man, I walked right past somebody. I walked past Ron Simmons, and Ron Simmons, he's one of my all-time favorites.
Oh yeah.
I seen him my very first WrestleCade. He seen me wrestle in the Battle Royal. He pulled me to the side. He told me, "Say, hey, man, you got something going for yourself." And D'Lo Brown just happened to be right beside him, and I was like, "Oh man, like." This is exactly why I do the frog splash the way I do it. I don't do the traditional, Eddie Guerrero style or the RVD style. Like, this is the one I wanted to do. And I just went up to him. I said, listen, I don't want anything from you. I just want to let you know I appreciate you. And I've been watching you since I was small. And that frog splash changed my life. And I do it now. And he's like, let me see something. Put my phone out and showed him. And you should have seen Ron's in his face. He's like, D'Lo, like, he gets up there, buddy. He's like, oh, no, man. Like, he might got you. And D'Lo, I mean, he agreed. He was like, dude, this is really dope, man. So I just got a stamp for proof from the man who started it. Like, that's it's crazy you mentioned HCWA. That was the very first place that I did it. The very first place I did it. I was just looking. I was like, man, I want to try something. And I did it one time, and I've been doing it ever since, man.
That's some validation right there.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, I don't, for the people watching, I don't know how familiar they are with, the Attitude Era, WWF, and around the late '90s, early 2000s. But D'Lo Brown ain't no small man.
No, sir. No, sir.
And so, for you to get that kind of compliment and validation and all that, that's pretty impressive. I mean, that's something you can live high on for the rest of your life.
Oh yeah, man. Every time I look at that picture, man, I just like, because you can see it in my face, man. I was trying to keep it together, like taking a picture with this man. Like, I watched you as a kid, dude. Like, it's amazing, man. That whole weekend was just electric, man. Like,
I know, man. I wanted to go so bad. And
man,
some work stuff happened, and I wasn't able to go. But
man, the whole weekend was just amazing, man. Seen some really great matches, man. George South and Colby Carino, man, left everything in there. Like the lineage and the Dawsons and Tim, Too Cold, Jesus.
Yeah,
it was just magic, man. It was something to see, and honestly, it really made me appreciate wrestling. Like, I already do now, but it's like just being there and seeing my friends just thrive, man. It really made me feel good, And I was a part of it too. I was in the Skyland Battle Royal, and man, Royal Rumble, man, it was so much fun. Had surprise guests followed by Shane Taylor, man. It was something else, dude. It was something else.
It looked epic. It really did.
Yeah, man, I had fun. Cyrus was in there too, man. That's a big guy. I thought I was a big guy. That's a big guy. Man, I had lots of fun, man. And like I said, just back to the frog splash, man. I think people expect it now. When they see me go up to the top, they expect it. And I mean, it's all good.
Yeah, because I mean,
I've done some things too you probably haven't seen yet. You know what I'm saying? I try to do everything at one time, but I got some tricks.
That's what I love about it, because there's like this stigma that like big men can't do hurricanrana, big man can't jump off the rope, and you absolutely prove that to be false. Because I mean, you don't just like get up on the top rope and then kind of frog splash as you fall. I mean, you get up there, and it's just like the athleticism that goes into that. It's just like,
I appreciate it, man.
Yeah,
man. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Like, the very first time I did it, I was scared the mess out of myself, because I'm like, I'm not used to being up this high. I'm not really been a fan of heights. So when I went up there and did it for the first time, I was like, man, I don't know if I can do this. I looked at it on video. I was like, that was pretty cool. It looks pretty good. So after that, man, it's just been in my repertoire ever since, man. Come here. It's just been something, like I said, like just seeing D'Lo Brown do it, how clean he was. I was like, man, I'm 330 pounds. I'm not exactly how heavy, D'Lo Brown was, but I mean, just doing that, man, it's it's something else. You got to know how to control it, you know.
Oh yeah, I don't doubt that for a second. Because I mean, just every time you go up to the top rope, I'm like trying to get my phone out because I'm like capturing magic or something.
I'm sorry about that.
No, you're good. But yeah, every time I see you go to the top rope, I get my phone out and I'm like recording because I'm like capturing like magic or something.
I appreciate it, man.
And just like on those same lines, like that nasty leg drop you got, that's not just a jump up and come back down. Man,
That's fairly new. Man, that leg drop was an accident, dude. Like, I just was trying to do a regular leg drop, and like I said, I went back and watched, and I was like I was trying to grab my leg. Like, I don't know, like it was just crazy. And I think it was probably, I did it before my debut to AML, Future Stars, and it just stuck, man. It's just some things I'm like, man, everybody expects it now. Like, and I'm alright with it, man.
yeah, it's like the prelude to the frog splash. It's like you just look for it. And you're just like the whole match. I'm just sitting there looking for it. I'm like, there. Okay, not yet. Oh, there. No, not yet. Okay, there it is.
Most definitely, man. It's cool, man.
And let's talk about Ben. How did Ben come into the picture for you?
Oh man, well, me and Ben Grayson, man, we've been cool for a long time, man. A long time. We started him around the same time. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, he started off doing this reffing thing. This is back in 2016. You know, when Firestars building was the size. Man, you have no idea how small the first building was. Like, it was really, really, really no space in there to do anything. But we made a way. And you know, he did his thing as a referee. He still does his thing as a referee, you know what I'm saying? Just traveling everywhere. But we always wanted to work together, it just never happened. And Path to Glory, I mean, it happened. It happened. The very first time that me and Bojack wrestled, and the people would like to say that we cheated, but we didn't cheat. Bojack just happened to look that way. And I took off from there, man. And that was the first time you seen me. But the official first time you seen him was when I actually won the Firestar Championship. So ever since then, man, we've been locked in.
Just been that tandem, huh?
Oh yeah.
And that was the first time I seen you and him. I think it was earlier this year. I believe it was at the ALW, and I want to say you tag teamed with Ella Envy, if I remember right. And Ben, and like the crowd reaction to you was very positive, but people do not like Ben.
Hey man, we're a group, you know what I'm saying? If you don't like him, you don't like me, you know? If you like him, you like me. You get how it is, man. I know exactly what match you're talking about, too. I do remember that. I didn't know you were there, man. That's crazy.
Yeah, and you know, going back to the HCWA and some of the stuff that's been going on there, you know, you and the House of Malice have, you know, had your battles. I still think the war is going on. I don't think that's finished yet.
Oh no!
Judging by
finish this soon though.
You are going to finish it. Okay, that's good to know, because I would, in like a dream world, I would love to see you and Ben tag against JD and Ed. And I would love for you and Ben to take both of their heads off.
Hey, man. Listen, I'm tell you one thing about Ben. He got a nasty cutter. I don't know if you've seen it. He got a nasty cutter, bro.
And I think the perfect candidates for that are Ed and JD. I really do.
Hey, I'm down for it. When they're ready. I don't think they're ready for that. But if they are, hey, we're always down, man. Hey, he put that big nasty shirt on, man. It's going to get nasty. That's all I can tell you.
Yeah. Yeah. I think Ed and JD are more about into talking and not actually wrestling. But
hey, man, every time I go out there, I got to show somebody something new, man. I don't play those games. You know what I'm saying? When that bell rings, man, from bell to bell, bro, it's on. I'm trying to prove a point. I feel like, you know, going back to being a bigger guy, you know, like I feel like everybody expects me just to go in there and just be a bully. Everybody expects me to go in there and just sling people around. Man, I can work. you know, and I just got to show everybody that, you know, just athleticism. You see bigger guys like Keith Lee, man, like that's probably one person that really stood out to me. Just seeing how big of a guy that is doing the things he does, man, it's amazing. And he does it well. And I'm just like, man, I can do this stuff too. And that let me know right there when I seen him doing things, it couldn't be denied because it's like, you can't tell me as being a bigger guy, I can't do this and I can't do that because I can. And sometimes we can do it better than a lot of smaller guys. So by all means, if I can do it, I'm going to do it. Was that like, if God, you know, just keeps me healthy and is able to, you know, just let me do it, I'm going to do it. I'm not going to stop.
And that's the kind of stuff that, like, I've come to learn about, you know, professional wrestlers, especially in the independent scene, is everybody's just, you know, so hungry to go out, even if it's in front of 10 people, to just go out there and just give it your all and just not, you know, leave any
I've been there.
out there.
I've been there. I've wrestled in front of 5 people, and then I've wrestled in front of 5,000. Then I wrestled in front of 8. You know, it's a huge difference, but it's like, if it is 5 people there, I'm going to give them the best show they can see possible, because I want them to know who I am as a person, and just know every time that you see me, you're going to see something good. Whether it is a frog splash, whether it's a power bomb, whether it's my fin, like, just I want them to remember it. You know, so it's if your intentions are not to do that, you're in the wrong business. Like people say, you know, sports entertainment all the time, man. This is a sport. It's a sport. We go out there, we do the drives, we take the bumps. Like, you know, anybody that has always like to call it fake or whatever, man, just come in and take one bump in the ring, and then call me tomorrow and let me know how you feel. Car wreck, guarantee it. Have no idea. Telling you.
You know, speaking like the independent scene and everything, and is that a goal of yours, is to, you know, maybe get signed somewhere, or that's not really in your, I guess, in your mind at the moment?
I just love doing what I do, man. I'm gonna be honest with you. I tell people all the time, man, I just want to wrestle. I'm okay. I mean, honestly, I started wrestling like right before my mom passed away, and like I told her, you know, saying if anything happened to me tomorrow and I had to stop, I would be upset, I'll be sad, I'll be pissed off. But at the same time, I told myself, hey, I just wanted to do one match. When all this started, I just wanted to be able to just get into a ring and just have one match. And a few years later, I'm still doing it. And like I said, I feel like right now I'm on top of my game. And I think it's a lot more to come. Like, I know I'm at the top of I feel like, but I'm really just getting started to honestly how good I think I am. And sky's the limit, man. I mean, I've talked to a few people, I'm not gonna lie. So I mean, it's possible. It's very possible. I'm not mad at it. If it happens, I mean, who wouldn't love to go to WrestleMania? You know what I'm saying? Like, I literally told my wife last night, I was like, listen, I just want one. Just one. If I'm blessed with many, I'm okay with that. But just one time, just to walk and just feel that, you know, I love it, dude. But yeah, man, you see so much going on. You see AEW turning it up. You see guys, you know, people that I trained with, Griff Garrison and people like Marcus Cross. You see them on TV. Like you said, Big Shotty. Like, these are people that I've like trained in the ring with, and they're actually doing their thing. I'm proud of them because they didn't stop. And like COVID stopped, and they let nobody tell them they couldn't do it. They went out there and they just did it. So I mean, I just see it. I look at these guys. I'm not comparing myself to them, but with their drive and their ambition, I feel like I can do the exact same thing. It's a lot of guys, man, out here I know for a fact are gonna get signed if they want to. A lot of people don't want to, man. I mean, you can find success out here traveling on the indie scene. It's very possible. You see guys out here getting it, and they make their money, they make their rounds, and they put smiles on faces, they put butts in seats. I mean, that's all everybody wants to do. And I mean, right now, the way the indie scene is, I mean, Ring of Honor, that roster that just got released, you're gonna see these guys everywhere. I've seen most of them at WrestleCade, you know what I'm saying? And they're great guys.
Yep.
They're great guys. They're gonna find a home. Jay Lethal found a home just like that and went there and just, come on now, it's Jay Lethal. So
is there like a promotion that you like watch when you're not wrestling? Like, do you prefer like WWE or AEW? Do you prefer AEW?
Man, I watch everything, dude. I can watch something from the 80s. I can watch something from 2010. I'm not one to just get stuck, but if I actually do sit down and watch a show, it'd be NXT. Honestly, I watch NXT more than anything. Honestly, I do watch AEW. I love AEW.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's just honestly just a lot of stuff. I watch, I watch a lot of indie guys stuff too. You know what I'm saying? Like if I want to watch a Tim Lou match, I watch Tim Lou. Like just I get something from everybody's matches. I tell this all the time. You know who Aaron Biggs is, ALW heavyweight champion. Aaron
Yeah.
Biggs. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Oh, yeah.
my very first time going to an indie wrestling show was at CWF, and he was there, and I was actually originally going to start training there, and I ended up switching at the last second. But he told me a way to like he's like, how do you learn wrestling? And I was like, well, I just sit back and I just watch it. He's like, who's your favorite wrestler? And I said Shawn Michaels, and he just looked at me and laughed. He's like, okay. And he's like, he gonna ask you why, but it's just, bro, first of all, it's just Shawn Michaels, man. I ain't even gonna get into that right now. But he's like, man, when you watch wrestling, what do you get out of it? I was like, I mean, I don't know, what I'm saying, just as a fan, I just like seeing cool stuff. And he said, okay, I want you to watch your favorite Shawn Michaels match, but watch it on mute. And that day in particular is when I learned so much more. And I was most of the time now, that's what I do, is watch it on mute. That's how I learn. When you can't hear the commentator, you can't hear the fans, it's different. Everything stands out to you.
That's so interesting because I don't think I've looked at it, in that, from how you guys look at it from that perspective, and I would imagine too that, I guess I should ask, is there have you ever watched the same match like two or three different times, but like let's say you watched just Shawn Michaels one time and then just, like The Undertaker the next time?
Oh yeah. You see a lot of stuff. You see a lot. You'll be amazed. My wife hates watching wrestling with me sometimes because I think just being who I am, I just know what's about to happen. Every single time, man. It never fails. And I mean, I'm watching as a fan, but I'm just like, I know what's about to happen. And I just got to get quiet around her because she's like, hey, look, I don't want to watch it anymore. She's going to tell me so. It just happens.
Tell it.
The structure, how it's set up, and it just. I mean, everybody does things different now. Don't get me
Yeah.
wrong. I don't feel like the traditional wrestling style is 100% intact anymore. Like it's still there, like it should be. So just the respect of the game. But things are different now, man. It's different. But I don't think that'll ever change. Like I said, I tell younger trainees all the time. You know what I'm saying? If you really want to study something, watch it on mute. That's one thing Aaron Biggs taught me, man. I'll never forget that ever.
That's awesome, and it's even more it's even better that piece of advice is stuck with you all this time, and it wasn't just something he told you did it once. You're like, oh dang, I learned something, and then just went on about your day.
Yeah. Oh no, it stuck. It definitely stuck from me that day because I started training. I think 2 weeks after that, and after that, I just started watching just random people. Of course, I don't watch promos on mute. Pointless. But anytime a match comes on, so if I'm just sitting there chilling, I just want to watch wrestling. Yeah, I'll watch it just to watch it. But if I want to sit back and just study and learn something new, look at it, go into training or something, try it out. If I can do it, I can do it. All right.
I think that makes sense. And is there you were talking about Shawn Michaels. Is there another wrestler, someone that just influenced you growing up to where, because growing up in the 90s, everybody was like, oh man, I'm going to be a wrestler when I grow up.
Yeah.
But there's somebody that just you're like, oh my God, if I could do what he does, I'd be happy.
Honestly, there's a few. Like I said, Ron Simmons, I used to watch his younger stuff, in WCW, so that stuck with me for one. And honestly, just Shawn Michaels, The Rock, Stone Cold, just those guys, man, just how they control the crowd was always amazing to me. I have to be able to do this one day. I have to. They just go out there and make it look so. And I know it's not that easy, but they make it so easy.
Yeah, just very
Kurt Angle, man. I feel like Kurt Angle was honestly one of the greatest, just technical wrestlers, dude. Just him and Shawn Michaels at WrestleMania, man. Match was happening for real.
Yeah, that makes complete sense. And we're getting about the 40-minute mark here, so we'll go ahead and wrap it up. Tell everybody where they can find you coming up, some shows you got coming up.
Got a lot of Firestar events coming up. Honestly, will be
December and January are loaded.
Oh yeah,
when it comes to Firestar.
Oh yeah. You're definitely gonna catch me there. You never know what you're gonna see either, man. I got a show for NRLL coming up on December 11th. I'll be there here in Greensboro at the Warnersville Recreation Center. Then Firestar that next night, December 12th. So you can definitely catch me there. I always have this on me. Another thing too, always got to get across, man. If you guys follow me right here.
I was gonna bring that up. There was no way I was gonna let this go and not bring
that up. Man. These are my pride and joys, man. I put a lot of thought into this, man. I got a great guy I work with named Elijah Simon, man, the illustrator, and we put together something good, dude. I've been wanting to do it for a long time, and it's just like now I was like, if I'm gonna do it, I'm actually doing it just like wrestling. So I just went ahead and did it. Needed a guy who could actually do it because I can't draw. My stick figures look like trash. I'm being honest. So when I found him, man, he works super fast, and he's a great guy. I mean, if you've seen the comments, you can see he draws like super good. So when it happened for me, I mean, I put together a story. Like I've been writing the story for a few years, but when I took it serious, I was like, you know what? I really think I can do something with this. And I tied in a lot of like real life stuff, like my mom passing away and stuff like that, and just wrestling and superpowers. I mean, I was like, I'm gonna do something different. And honestly, I feel like we created a brand new genre when it comes to comics. I really do.
That's what I love, because obviously, you can see behind me that I'm a big, like comic autograph / card collector and all that. So there being wrestling comics, there being independent wrestling comics and personal ones at that. Like as soon as I seen that, I was like, oh my God, that is absolutely genius, and it's so niche. I love it.
Oh yeah. Yeah, man. I got some huge plans coming up. I don't know if you've seen the post I made recently, but Impact's on Bullet Club member Chris Bay will be in the next edition. So man, I got some things coming, man.
That's freaking awesome. That is freaking awesome. And you had the comics with you at WrestleCade, didn't you?
Yes.
That's what I'm saying, man. That's awesome. And like for me, I do favor, AEW over WWE a little bit more. If you put AEW in my backyard and an independent promotion in the neighbor's backyard, I'm probably going to go to the neighbor's backyard.
Yeah.
And, I don't, I harp on this a lot because I think it's such a big deal, and I always bring it up that you guys may make a little bit of money and doing a show. You may make $20 doing a show, and that you guys really make a lot of your money off of gimmick sales and merch sales and all that stuff.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Like me, I take pride in merch. Hey, like a lot of times I sell a lot of different shirts. And people always kind of like, man, you get so many designs, because man, I invest in myself. So I want to just keep elevating. It's not even just the comics, man. I'll drop a new shirt immediately, a hoodie, a hat, or something, because I want people to understand. Like, to me, it's not even about the money. It's really not. I just love doing it, and I just love my brand. Liddy Classic Comics, to me, it's a lot more than people think, because I'm not saying that I will ever be as big as Marvel or DC. But I promise you, when it's all said and done, they're gonna know who I am. Not just for wrestling, but for comics, they're gonna know who I am. And I think everybody that has read the story to this part, like, they understand how serious I am. And they, like, man, when I first sent it to a few people, just said, hey man, I want you to read this after me and see what you think. Every single person before I even debuted the first one was like, hey man, who wrote this? And I was like, I did. And they're like, what do you mean you like? I'm bro, from start to finish, I wrote it. In my iPhone, just every day, like, man, I could be out somewhere and like a thought will come to my mind, like, I think that'd be cool. Let me write that down, and I just mashed it all together, man, and it worked.
God, man, that's so smart. It's just absolutely genius, is what it is.
I'm trying, man. I got some plans, bro. Seriously.
That's what I love to hear, man. And speaking of shirts, you posted some today that you got available as well.
Yeah, man. Hit me up, man. Look, man, I'm telling anybody today, man. Look, I am not playing, man. This year has been such a good year, man, and I'm getting a lot of positive feedback. Honestly, I think once I came out of my shell for a long, I used to be a really shy person, so I think one thing wrestling really helped me with was actually coming out of my shell, and it's like now, man, being creative is a gift, and even like doing doing this podcast, man, that's a gift because a lot of people can't hold conversations like this. A lot of people can't. People can't just go out and write a comic. People can't just lace up some boots and go wrestle. You can say you can wrestle all the time, and you can say you can talk, but can you actually do it? And I just wanted to be one of those people. Like, I feel like my mother was one of those people that helped me. Like, she gave me my first comic when I was very young. And it was a yard sale. So she was like, hey, I think you would like this. And I fell in love with it from there. And, like, I know now, looking down from heaven now, she understands what's going on. But, like, I wish she was here to actually see it, Because, I mean, a lot, like, from what the things that I've been through in life, a lot of you will see, I promise you, in these comics, you're going to see so many real life situations that everybody can relate. It's not just one skin color. It's not just one race. Like, I just want everybody to understand, like, this is going to be something that's going to change the culture. And I know, man. I know this is it. I know it is.
Yeah, and I think that's such a wonderful thing that, no matter how much we talk about wrestling, you always go back to kind of a where you came from kind of thing. And I can, definitely tell there's that humbleness, is still there because, you could very easily, be like, I'm making a name for myself in independent wrestling. My own comic. I'm a world champion. I have the gold in my arm right now. I've done more in the last year or 2 years than most independent wrestlers have done in the last 5 years. So I'm here. I've made it, kind of thing.
It's facts. It's facts. And I mean, honestly, like I said, man, just I can see anybody doing it. It's just the fact of if you want to actually go out here and get it. There's so many people that can sit here and say they want to do this and do that, but it's like until you actually buckle down and focus on what you want to do, it's not gonna happen. And when I sat down and came up with a plan, and it's like, man, I really want this to happen, I made it happen. And like I said, man, I gotta give shouts out to Elijah, man, because he worked so fast, and it's like his work is so good. Literally told him, like, just a few months before WrestleCade even hit, I said, man, let's make a WrestleCade edition. I think that would be really dope, and we did it. If as far as Zuka King, then you got the New Age villains in it. You got some of my characters in it as well. So I mean, it's a good read, man. Anybody doesn't have a copy, man, you can reach me through my email. I use Messenger a lot, man. I can make sure you get a copy. Just let me know.
Yeah, absolutely, man. I'm down to get one, and
let me know.
Oh yeah, the only like my stipulation for purchasing one is if you autograph it, because obviously I like collecting autographs.
Of course.
Well, that's gonna do it, man. I really appreciate you taking the time to talk with me. I'm always appreciative of the ones that do. I've been left on red, ignored so much. I'm 100 times more thankful for the ones that do it, and I enjoy doing, and kind of depend on you people to do it. So when you do agree with it and do, come on, I really appreciate it.
No problem, buddy. I really appreciate you reaching out to me, man. Seriously, it was fun. Seriously.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely, man. If there's anything I can do for you in the future going forward, I will definitely do it.
Oh, man, anytime, man. And you want me on, man, just let me know.
I got you, man. And for anybody that is viewing, I've got the link to all his social medias down in the description of this video. Follow him, like his pages, and spend some money if you want to.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
But yeah, that's going to do it. I really appreciate it. Y'all have a good night.
No, man. Thank you, man. See you later, bro.